Welcome back. Yesterday, I went to the DMV to take my permit test for my CDL. Did I get the result that I wanted? Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. First, a little bit of housekeeping, guys. If you are just getting into this channel or just viewing this channel for the first time, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the little bell for the notifications to know when I upload different videos and things like that. That would definitely be appreciated. Now that we got that out the way, today's video is about what happened yesterday, the drama at the DMV. Just to kind of give you guys a backstory, like yesterday, well, not yesterday, but my last video, I should say, we talked about the school that I'm in, and I kind of wanted to give them a little bit more recognition because they are actually very instrumental in helping me get my CDL, my permit, and soon to be license. That is 160 Driving Academy. The guy, Dave Holly, has been very instrumental and which is our instructor, by the way. He's been very instrumental in teaching us everything that we need to know. So I think that's very awesome. But yeah, so yesterday we had to go to the DMV. This being the state of Illinois, there's a lot of DMVs that are closed. The only DMV that we could go to was in West Chicago, which is extremely far from my house. I wouldn't say extremely far. I'm gonna be a truck driver, so it wasn't that far. It was probably about an hour and a half away. And you know, the anxiety that you have trying to take this test and trying to get the information right was built on top of that. So we had to be there. I wanted to be there right at before 8 because anybody knows, especially in the state of Illinois, if you go to the DMV, there's always a line out there. There's always a lot of people waiting to get whatever they need to get, whether it's with, you know, normal license, CDL, whatever. There's just always a line. So yesterday was no different. When we got there and I actually went with another driver, he had issues with his car. So I just want to make sure that he was able to get there with me because the young man is in my class. He's in my class. We sat together to take the test and everything like that as far as through the 160, the module test and things like that to give us the information to test for our permit. So of course, you know, you talk to somebody for a couple of days, you're gonna gain some type of relationship with that person. So he needed a ride. I had no problem giving him the ride. The problem with him was that he did not bring what the instructor said we had to bring. I think you needed a birth certificate or a passport, of course, your regular license, and your DOT and medical card, which that could be the same thing. But he had everything except the passport or the birth certificate. Me, myself, I didn't want to go digging for a birth certificate. I brought my passport. So when I brought my passport, I was able to get in. He thought he was going to be able to use his voter registration card to get in. And he was just like, man, look, I'm me, you know, which was funny, but it just wasn't going to get him in. And I felt sorry for him because he had to kind of wait outside because as soon as they opened up the doors, the lady let us know, like, hey, you got to have what you need, you know, or you're not getting in. So, I walk into the building. I put my mask on, of course, because you got to have your mask on in any of these state facilities. Actually, right now, anywhere in Illinois, you got to have your mask on, whether you're going to the store, the restaurant, wherever. Of course, you can't eat in a restaurant, but picking up food, whatever, you got to have a mask on. So I cover up, put my mask on. I'm one of the first people in line to take the test, which, like I said, getting there early really paid off because I did not want to be in the line. My buddy, he was not buddy, but the person that I was with, he had to stand outside, like I said before. So I didn't want to take that long. I really wanted to go in there, do what I had to do, get out, and move forward. So as soon as I jumped into the DMV, that's pretty much when the anxiety really kicked up. It really kicked up because I was kind of nervous, to tell you the truth. There is a lot of questions. Anybody who has their CDL, and this is where I want to kind of start a dialogue below in the comments. Anybody that's about to take their CDL, there's a couple of great apps for you to use, which I will name those. There's DMV Genie that I used that was very instrumental in helping me. YouTube was also great in helping me, like trying to pass the test and trying to get the answers to these questions, because there's just so much information, especially in Illinois. There's so much information that you need to know to pass the test. So that's when the anxiety kicked in. I'm like, do I know it all? Do I know it all? Can I get everything do I have everything I need in my head to pass these tests? There's 3 different tests for the state of Illinois to get your permit. There's general knowledge, combination, and air brakes that you have to know before combination vehicles, air brakes, and general knowledge. Those are the 3 that you just need to know to get your permit. Out of those, DMV Genie had about like 630 questions on the general knowledge portion alone. And the state is not asking you, of course, 639 questions, but it was in my mind that they can pull from that pool out of the 30 that they gave you. So you had 30 questions that they gave you. You had to get 24 right. So the rest you can skip, or you may not even get to them because you may get them all right. So you got 30 questions, 24. Once you get 24 right, you pass, you move on to the next test. Each one got lower. I want to say the combination vehicles was like 20, and then air brakes was like 25 questions or something like that. And each one you had to get 80% on, basically 80% on each test to pass it. And of course you can skip some that you didn't know. So I get in line. They make you go up to the desk. Anybody been through a DMV, y'all know what it is. But for CLD, you take the picture, you go, pay the $50, which of course 160 was covered by 160. I paid an enormous amount of money to be in the course in the first place, so of course it was covered by them. I paid that money. Then I stood there and waited, and everything just seemed like it was going by so slow. Like I was just ready to get started because, of course, like I said, the anxiety build up. This is what you've been doing for the last couple of days. You really want to prove it to yourself, and you really want to show that you can get this done. So I'm in line, I'm waiting, the lady's typing on the keyboard like this, she slow, and I'm sweating, nervous, looking at every little thing, you can't pull your phone out, you can't do anything, so even while you're waiting for things, you can't be online taking a practice test, you can't do pretty much anything. So I'm waiting. So finally I get to the lady to get to a computer. They say ask for headphones. I ask for headphones because they read out the question and the answers to you, which for me is great because sometimes I overthink things. I don't read the things correctly. They're asking not like a question that says, which of these are not the correct thing to do? And I'm picking like the first thing that I see that's correct. Like I need as much help as I can get, especially just being the test taker that I am. I'm not going to say that I'm a good test taker. I usually do well on tests, but I just, sometimes I let myself get in the way. And pretty much, to tell you the truth, that's what happened. Now, to give you kind of the rules on the 3 tests, is the state of Illinois has, like I said, 3 tests. You have 3 times to take each test. So 3 times to take each test. Now, driving 160 Driving Academy, they basically say, don't take it again after the first time. Come back, try again another day. Basically, if you do fail one of the tests, come back, take it again. Your general knowledge test in the state of Illinois is first. So you have to pass that first to move on to the next one. Then when you move on to, I believe it's the combination vehicle, once you move on to that, you pass it, and then you move on to the air brakes, and then you're done. So you have 3 times to take each test, which is a good thing. So when I first sat down for the general knowledge, I'm by the window, and I wish I could show you guys where I was in there. There's a line of like 15 computers. Of course, everybody has to be spread out 6 feet apart. So they're putting people on one on every other computer. So I'm in there. I'm nervous as hell, pretty much. I'm nervous. I'm holding the earphones up to my ear just tight because other people are talking, and I'm trying to get the questions and everything like that. Basically, when I first came to the general knowledge, I did not pass. Long story short on that point, I did not pass. It was some questions that I just did not know. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It was some things that I'm sure he went over in class, but for some reason or another, I did not retain it. It was just something that I was just like, I'm just guessing. It's an ABC answer. Thank God it wasn't ABCD. It was just ABC answer, multiple choice, and I just did not know. Even though there were 2 questions that I got wrong that I should have gotten. I should have gotten them. And as soon as I marked them, this is the test. They tell you if you got it right or you got it wrong. I knew I got it wrong. I mean, I knew once they told me, of course, the answer, I was like, you stupid. You know that. Like, there's no reason why you should have got those 2 wrong. But basically, it came down to 1 question, and I got it wrong. And at that point, I was just so defeated because I just didn't know I just didn't know. I'm like, at that point, I'm thinking like, dang, maybe I can't do this. Now, mind you, like we talked about in the first video, I quit my job for this profession. I quit my job. I was making okay money. I wasn't making anything great, but I was making okay, especially now in this pandemic. It's a paycheck, so I can't complain. And for me to do that in this state that we're in, is a very bold move on my part. So, especially knowing that I got bills to pay. Now, to go back to the 3 rules the 3 times each test, the reason why they 160 doesn't want you to take the test after 3 times after you fail the first time is because after you do it 3 times and you fail, you have to wait 30 days to take those tests again. So if you fail the general knowledge test 3 times, you have to wait. You'll be on the sideline for 30 days until the state of Illinois, basically after those 30 days, say, hey, you can take this test again. And it goes the same for the combination vehicle and the air brakes. So you have 3 times to take it. If you fail that 3rd time, then you're out for 30 days. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So when I got up and they told me that I failed, I had to go see the lady that sat me at the computer set me down at the computer initially and tell her that I failed. So she gave me this paper here. Basically, I don't know if you guys can see that, but here, general knowledge, it says that I failed first attempt. Didn't even get to attempt the other ones. So at that point, I had a decision to make. I saw the other guy, he was outside, he was kind of waiting on me or whatever. I was like, man, do I just leave or do I get back in line? Now, this is like where the anxiety kicked up even more because I had to get in line. I had to do the same process over that I just told you guys about, whether getting in line, taking my picture, going to the cash register. Even though I already paid my $50, they don't require you to pay again, but you still got to go through that process. Not only that, when I went to the line to get to the computer, now I have a wait because all these other people came in and they're testing. So I gotta wait for a computer to become open. So I'm nervous once again. So now I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh man, like this is like, what if I can't do this? What if I don't get this done? And you know, the anxiety and the frustration and the my friends laugh at me every time I say that, frustration, whatever. But the anxiety comes back over me. It kind of just pours over me. And it was kind of just maddening at that point. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I was really nervous because I just started getting in my own head. And like I told you guys, I'm telling you guys the straight, honest truth every time I upload one of these videos. So, and I'm sorry this is going kind of long, but I just want to give you guys what happened out here. So when I went, when I sat down, I just breathed. I just like breathed, and I just calmed myself basically and said, hey man, you know this. There's no reason why you should have failed the first time. There's no reason why you shouldn't be walking out of here. Now, I took an hour and a half drive, to get out to West Chicago from my home. So I'm not coming back up here again. And that was the mindset that I placed myself in. I am not coming back up here again. I am going to get my permit today. Like this is not gonna be my story when I talk to even you guys. I thought about that as well. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I didn't pass and I gotta go back and all this other stuff. So I sat there and it seemed like forever. Like it seemed like forever. Like they took forever to call my name to get me to sit at that computer again. I'm not a big numbers guy or whatever, but they set me at computer 13 for the second time, guys. This is the second time. So I'm ready to go. And like I said, I kind of psyched myself out in the first time, but I built my confidence, and I'm glad they let me wait to take the test again because it gave me the opportunity to get my mindset to success, get my mindset to focus on winning. So second time, guys, I sat at that computer. Less than 15 minutes later, I got pass. I got my permit, guys. I did it easy. I skipped the questions that needed to be skipped. I answered the questions that I knew. And I took less than 15 minutes to take all 3 tests because, once again, I know these questions. Like, DMV Genie, guys, is awesome. YouTube is awesome. You see the questions on the test. You see every question that they ask you. As long as you take it in, you do it enough, you see them, you know them. Not only that, there was a couple of videos that were very instrumental. So please, if you guys are going to take your test, no matter what state you're in, especially if you're in Illinois though, but no matter what state you're in, there's a couple of videos that I would love to recommend for you guys. Also, Corey, or the Truckers Lounge. Actually, his link is going to be in my description. He was very instrumental on helping me learn air brakes because when that instructor, he was just reading from the book and I did not get it. Like, there was a lot of things that I just didn't get, but talking to him, talking it out, it helped me out so much. Like I said, I'll put his link down below so you guys can check out his channel as well. He's been doing this for so long. He's been doing it for, I think, 13 or 14 years or so now. So he's been doing it forever. But bottom line, man, is, yeah, I passed it. Now, Monday is a holiday. Of course, it's Memorial Day. Well, I'm not going to say of course, because I don't know when you guys will look at this video, but Monday is Memorial Day 2020. I just got the okay a few minutes ago that I can actually start on my the yard on Tuesday. So I'm very excited, guys. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the next step. The next step will be the road test, and we're gonna get it started. So, man, thanks for listening to my story. Once again, if you can, please like and subscribe. Talk to me down below. Tell me the things that you want to hear about. What can we talk about next? I have an idea in my mind, but I want to cater to you guys. Once again, this is my success story. Come ride with your boy. We in this. Thank y'all.